Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Chug Nerd YouTube channel. My name is DJ and today we're going to be checking out this, my PRS Mark Holcomb SVN 7-string guitar. Let's take a look. Okay, before we begin, please allow me just a second to introduce myself. My name is DJ, I'm a guitarist from the southwest of the UK. I've been playing guitar for around about 20 years, and this YouTube channel is brand new to me. This is only video number 4, and I wanted to check out this, my PRS Mark Holcomb SVN guitar. This is the 7-string version, and I absolutely love everything about it. I think this review might be without any negatives. Now, just like in my Kraken video, I am once again not in my home office recording this video. I'm actually at a studio. This studio is my studio. It's in a town nearby. It's called HK Studios. It's a rehearsal space in its element, but it's also used for photography, videography, practices, rehearsals, drum sessions. We got Foley artists that use the space, drum teachers, guitar teachers, all sorts of stuff. And I'm going to be using this space today to record this video in, purely because I needed to be here today and I also needed to knock out this review. So I thought, why not do it here in a different space? I want to do a little bit of a studio tour with the 2 places where I film. So one of those is my home office, which I've done a couple of videos from, and the other space is here, because you're going to see both spaces quite heavily used on this YouTube channel. And I'm really fortunate that I've got this space. I mean, I say I'm fortunate, I work really hard to have this space, but nonetheless, I'm really fortunate to have this space where I can come in, crank the absolute balls out of some amplifiers and get some banging tones. And we will do that again with this amplifier, because I want to get a little review for my orange cabinet, and we're gonna make it scream with guitars just like this when we do that. Today's signal chain is pretty straightforward. Although I am at my studio, I'm actually not going to be recording this live with microphones. I'm going to be using my trusty laptop, which is behind me. It's going to be loaded with my Neural DSP SLO100 plugin, and it's going to be going from my guitar into my Focusrite Scarlett Solo interface, into GarageBand, which is where I record pretty much everything that I do, and into your ears and into your face. This orange cab behind me is purely there for set dressing, that's it, and I needed something to put my laptop on. That's all it's there for. It's doing nothing. It just looks really cool. Let's begin with some specifications. This is the Mark Holcomb SVN PRS SE 7-string guitar. It has a solid body design with a set neck construction, a quilted maple veneer with a maple top wood, a mahogany body, and a shallow violin top carve. It has 24 frets, a scale length of 26.5 inches, it has a maple neck, and the neck construction is apparently multiply. It's got a PRS double acting truss rod, the neck shape is wide thin, the fretboard wood is ebony, and the fretboard radius is a ginormous 20 inches, which I adore, but we'll get into that in a little bit. It's obviously got the birds on the inlays, and the headstock logo has the signature SE PRS logo. From a hardware perspective, we've got black chrome PRS plate style bridge. It's kind of like a hip shot bridge. We've got PRS tuners and a PRS nut. It doesn't say whether it's plastic or Graphtec. I assume it's Graphtec, but it's caused me no issues, so it doesn't massively matter, I don't think. It does, of course, come with Mark Holcomb's signature Seymour Duncan Scarlet and Scourge set, which again, I absolutely adore. It's got a 3-way blade switch. It has got a volume and push-pull tone control to switch between the coil splits. It comes with PRS 10 to 52 strings with a 64 on the 7th string. It also comes with a lovely brown PRS SE gig bag. Now at the time of filming this guitar is about £899 from the Andertons website. I've had this guitar for around about 1 year now, probably just under a year, and it's one of those guitars in my collection that is just a really easy go-to guitar. It is effortless for me to play. It is a riff machine and it lives to be played. It's such a great, easy playing guitar. It's almost got like no frills to it. There's no Floyd Rose, there's no tremolo system or anything like that, which is what I like. I'm not a fan of tremolos. I prefer a hardtail, especially like a hip shot bridge, which I wish this was, but it's still rock solid, so I've got no massive complaints. I also wish it was black, but that's another thing for another time. I could always upgrade that in the future. That's just a me thing. Let's start off with the positives of this guitar. The look. It looks absolutely beautiful. Myself, I'm not always a big fan of blue guitars. I've had a couple of blue guitars. I had a wicked Yamaha AES 820. In fact, I've had 2 of them because I really love that blue finish, but otherwise I'm not a massive fan of blue guitars. But for this one, I made an exception. I think this blue kind of burst, I think it's Blueberry Burst it's called. So good. It's absolutely stunning. I love the look of this guitar with the black hardware, the black appointments. It just looks wicked. Next best thing about this guitar is the neck. This neck is unreal. Firstly, because it's a satin kind of matte finish to it, so there's absolutely no friction whatsoever. I hate gloss necks. It's just a personal preference. If I get a guitar with a gloss neck, the first thing I do almost is sand it back so it's like a matte finish, because I just find gloss finishes on necks super sticky and really uncomfortable to play. The frets on this are lovely. Like I said, I've had it for a year, so I can't really comment on how it was out of the box, but I've never needed any fret work doing to it. In fact, I've never needed to take this to my luthier either. It's always been a really good guitar. Frets feel lovely up and down the fretboard. The frets themselves, it doesn't say on the Anderton specs, but I think they're kind of like a super jumbo or something like that. They're pretty big. They're nickel frets, but that doesn't really bother me. I don't think I'm ever going to wear them down. They seem like they're built to last, and they're really nicely finished. The pickups on this are probably the most articulate pickups that I own on any guitar ever. They're so precise and so snappy, and you can almost hear the color in the notes when you're playing them, whether you're playing clean, whether you're playing driven. Doesn't matter, they just shine. It's like a shimmer to them almost. It's like looking into a rainbow. Honestly, it's amazing. The articulation is the next level. They're hot, but they're not so hot that they become muddy, and they're hot, but they're not so hot that they are like brittle. They're just really nicely put together. They're really lovely pickups. The one negative that I feel like I should point out is on the bridge pickup, having this just under a year, in fact, this was after about 6 months, the pole pieces on the bridge pickup have gone rusty. It's not like game-changingly rusty. I don't think it's really affecting the sound in any way, but it is there and I don't feel like it should be. The neck pickup is fine. Now I do play this quite heavily on stage, so it does get quite a lot of use. I took this on tour as my backup guitar when we went on tour last autumn, but I don't feel like it should happen. I did contact Andertons, they were really good about it, and they said I was welcome to send it back. They would send it back to PRS. But truth be told, I absolutely just couldn't be bothered to do that. I thought it was just too much faff, and because it wasn't really bothering me, I was like, it's okay. They wanted me to send it back in like a cardboard box. I didn't have one. You know, then you got to wait around for couriers and all the rest of it. It's fine. It doesn't bother me enough. It just looks a bit beaten up. As long as it doesn't affect the tone, I'm not too bothered. But I just thought I'd point that out. Otherwise, cosmetically it's amazing, it plays amazing, it stays in tune really well, it absolutely screams when you want it to scream, but it chimes when you want it to chime. The coil split is a nice little feature, and it really does clean up everything when you want it to. So there's a couple of songs in our set where we use some pretty heavy gain, but my parts require just a little bit of a thinner heavy sound. So I pop out the coil split when we hit those songs, and it just separates my guitar tone out from the noise that we're making and just creates another layer of texture. It's really useful to have, especially useful when we come into our kind of clean sections. We have a few little clean sections, and it's really nice to put the big sky on, put a little bit of delay on, maybe a little chorus, pull out that coil split, and it shimmers. It just shimmers. It's beautiful. To be honest, out of all the reviews that I've done so far on my little new YouTube channel, this is probably the easiest one. I have no hang-ups with this guitar. I have absolutely none. Let's talk about the neck and the fretboard radius. 20 inches is quite flat. And yes, you do notice it when you first get the guitar if you're not used to it. And I think the next flattest neck that I've got compared to this, or fretboard rather, is my Legator Ghost 10th anniversary guitar, which I'll put a link for up here because I've done a review on it. That has an 18-inch fretboard radius, and that is also really flat, but this is really flat, and I personally really enjoy that. I like modern guitars. I like a flat fretboard. I don't like a super thin neck. I'm not a massive Ibanez fan for that reason, but this neck with its kind of slim taper kind of feel, which is really nice, paired up with that 20-inch radius, just for the style of music that I play, it makes it so effortless. I watch a lot of Agu Fish with Hunter, and I know he absolutely hates super flat fretboards, especially this one, and it was kind of the only reservation that I had before I bought this. But I have to say, since getting it, Obviously, it's just down to personal preference, but I absolutely love that 20-inch radius. It's really, really comfortable to play, and it's super, super slick for riffing on. I don't think I've really got anything else to say about this guitar that I haven't said already. Like I said, this is the easiest review that I think I've ever done. If you're looking to get one of these 6-string or a 7-string version, you can take it from me that it is a wicked guitar. And if you like playing the style of music that I've put excerpts in from this video, then I think you'll really get on well with it. It's absolutely stunning. It's really, really nice. Anyway, I think that's probably everything that I've got for you all today. Thank you so much for joining me. I would really appreciate it if you wanted to drop a like on this video or a dislike. I don't really mind, it all goes to helping the algorithm. I'd also love it if you wanted to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on this guitar. Specifically, what do you think about that neck? Are you a fan of gloss necks, or do you hate them as much as I hate them? What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you down there, and we'll talk all things guitar, all things gear, and all things chucks. If you'd also take a second to hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it so much. I'm trying to get a video out every single week at least while I'm growing the channel, and hopefully that frequency will only increase as we go forward. Thank you so much again for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate you being here, and I will hopefully catch you again very soon in another video where we're going to check out my Epiphone Les Paul Matt Heafy Origins Custom 7-string guitar. Take care, everybody. In a bit.